Desmarais Media.
Hi, I'm Aiden Starfang, and I like to travel all over the state of Utah. I've been through Weber County, Davis County, even Salt Lake City County, and I'm hoping to go further than that. And in these little videos, you'll get to see me explore some possibly hidden parts of the state that you didn't know were there. So please join me as we go on another exciting adventure in the state of Utah. Hello everyone, Jay here of JR Desmarais Media, and I want to thank you for joining me on this lovely tour to the Gilgal Sculpture Garden in Salt Lake City. Let's take a look. And we've passed the gate, the opening gate here. Some gorgeous shrubbery trees. There's a lot of religious iconography because the man behind the garden, Thomas Child, was also a member of the LDS Church, and so he implemented a lot of that into the garden. These stones here, there's a lot of these stones here that have religious passages on them. Joseph Smith Sphinx. And this, I believe, is called the, what was that called? The, Spirit of the Host. I want to say. Captain of the Lord's Host, that's what it's called. And of course, there's more passages on here. Which, I mean, I would be here all day if I was going to narrate every single passage that was reliefed onto a rock or masonry. I mean, there's quite a few. Actually, there is quite a few. The name Gilgal could roughly translate to meaning circle of stones, and it's also in the Book of Mormon. It's a reference to a city, which is very appropriate for Gilgal Garden. There's more passages here, quotes. I'm not sure. I know that's part of the King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Here I'm pointing out like the different body parts, like his torso, his legs, his arms, his head. I think that's what that particular sculpture is called. That's a sculpture of Thomas Child, the man behind the Gilgal Garden. A stack of books, a keystone archway next to that, which I mentioned later in the video. These are some gargoyle, griffin, eagle statues. I mentioned the keystone. That's probably been more affixed more permanently due to vandals. I don't know who that lady is. Birdhouse. Pointing out here that this looks like it could be a tortoise shell or a beehive. Probably more likely a beehive because this is the beehive state. And I'm pointing out here this obelisk or spire with the angel, the wired frame, Angel Moroni with his trumpet at the top. And this relief here, the shield, looks like a coat of arms with fruit at the top and fruit dangling at the bottom. And this is over by like this little garage workshop area. There's lots of sawdust remnants on the ground, like people have been working here. And these are like, looks like little plaques with posters, you know, behind the scenes posters of the different sculptures that Mr. Child had worked on through the years and had those conceived and everything. They're very interesting. The garden itself opened in 1947, and I checked, it is in fact on a registry, so we're not going to see any duplexes or condos or Walmarts or Starbucks moving into this space. It's not anytime soon, and that can only be a good thing. It's interesting to note that this place is referred to as a visionary art environment. It's the only designated visionary art environment in the entire state of Utah. And I think I also read, referred to as like a contemplation garden or something. And that fits, that tracks, because it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. Of course, it was sweltering when I went. I felt like I was melting into the pavement. It was very, very well worth the trip. It's a gorgeous place. If you live in Salt Lake, there's no reason why you shouldn't stop in at least once. If you live anywhere else in Utah and you're going to be by Salt Lake, make a quick trip. I mean, they say that's hard to find. You see the wrought iron gate, you know that it's Gilgal. It says it right there, clear as day. And the whole area is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. You can sit and have a rest. You can have lunch with your family or your date or whatever. And enjoy a bit of eclectic Utah art history. Thank you for watching. So thank you everyone for watching. I hate to sound like a broken record, but please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more of my park audits, because especially if you're here in Clearfield, Utah, your tax dollars, regardless if you go to the parks, if you're paying taxes, your tax dollars are going to the Parrot Tax Fund, which funds all these things, all these amenities. So it's important that you know where your tax dollars are going to. So until then, I'll see you in the next one.